It goes without saying, I will not, shall not explain to you what this anime is about because it's pretty much impossible. If you're one of the lucky few who actually watch this anime, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. This anime is just incredibly complicated, extremely complicated. I really felt like I couldn't keep up. I just felt inadequate in a way too. Like my IQ wasn't high enough to keep up with all the events. The characters were obviously spectacular. I had some favorites. Like for example, right here, Emmy was the main MC. I didn't even realize it. You just don't realize this stuff until the end of the season. So yeah, this is episode 12. And this is pretty much reviewing the entire anime. But the one thing that I can review is the characters. Each character had their role to play. And as the title suggests for the anime, 100 Scenes of Awajima, yeah, there was literally 100 things in this anime. Very intricate things. Like, for example, a lot about Emi Okubo's past, how she was affected by Awajima School, Rebel School. Then, of course, we had other characters, Takahara. My favorite girl, Sarah, she's literally like, she's pretty much, I wish we saw more of her, honestly, because even though I started out liking Tabata Wakano right here, I think really Sarah was more of more of a bright character, but whatever. Tabata was my first favorite, but then became Sarah. We learned more about her and so many other characters right here, like Ikubu, Ibuki. Just spectacular characters, guys. Right? That goes without saying. Like I was saying, I just have this huge I'm like sighing so much because it's not easy to explain such a complex anime. But one thing I can say is that if I were to like bring it all down to like a sizable bite instead of a incredibly intense and complicated anime, I would say it was about Emi being bullied and Awajima. Right, this character right here smoking. It was about her being bullied, and everything that led up to it, pretty much. Like, holy fuck, I don't know. It's not doing it justice. It is not doing it justice when I say it like that. It's not one bit, not one bit. Yes, while I do say that with a very huge sigh. But that's what it was. We saw everyone's point of view, how they were treated, how Awajima ended up, how the characters ended up. We would see them from like small kids to like they're adults, and even up to their death. It's just very, very subtle as well, because they just go right to it. They're like, oh yeah, oh by the way, she's dying. Oh by the way, she's like an adult now. Oh, now they're fucking in jobs. Like, they're not fucking in jobs. They're like working. So yeah, I'm sorry, but I gave it a 7 out of 10 because I just couldn't keep up. I didn't know what was going on. I think they overcomplicated it when they should have just, I don't know. I think someone said something like, I forgot what video, maybe my last video. Someone said they should have just followed Tabata's book, her book about Emi Okubo. And it would have been more understanding. This is just not an anime that you can just watch one time. You have, like, if I were to really gonna try to understand this anime, I would either read the source material from the manga or whatever, or watch the anime 2 or 3 times, like minimum. Like, I'm only watching this one time, so I could only understand so much of what's going on, like the character names, like background characters, their mom and dad, their brothers and sisters, their uncles, their grandma, their grandpa. Bro, it's just so complicated. But of course, this anime is very loved by those who really liked it. This is from Real 10. I'm gonna read a little bit what they're saying. This anime was a hidden gem of the season. I didn't think I would enjoy it so much. It was an emotional roller coaster, one of the best adaptations I've seen so far. Mad Mouse nailed it. The soundtrack was great. Yeah, no, the soundtrack, OST, the OPD, really great stuff. The drama was top notch. I'm feeling very empty in my heart after finishing it. Blue Hour will remain as one of my favorite opening songs, and I've always remembered every character, and I think I'll have to take a break from anime for one day, otherwise I can't calm my heart before finishing. I wanted to say that this low rating is injustice to this anime. Oh really? Oh, you mean like site wide? Let me see. Let's see what people rated it. Let's see. 7 out of 10. No, I mean that's what I gave it. I gave it a 7 out of 10 because, like I said, this is just such an incredibly complex, a very hard anime to keep up with, and you're just gonna be so lost in the weeds, like incredibly lost. It's like a maze. It's like you gotta be a Detective Conan and just like put all the pieces together. You know, we need to bring all the anime tubers that do like breakdowns and do a breakdown of Awajima, but yeah, that just seems like an impossible task. That really does seem like a pipe dream. Okay, so let's see. Very beautiful and poignant finale. This has been an incredible series. The drama was so beautifully well done. I mean, that's as far as we can. That's all we can really say is that, oh yeah, this is beautiful. Like, we can't explain jack shit. I'd be impressed if someone could. I really would be. Let's see. I wonder how this masterpiece isn't rated at least 8 out of 10. Even the manga is below 7. The rating for the anime crossed 7 on manga, but it deserves more. Mad Mouse adaptation always stayed close to my heart. Now Jim will be special one at it. The background score by Takahiro Obata is another thing to be praised. Like I said, I just believe it's because it's really hard to get into. It really is. Even after like watching it, like finishing it, I just still can't understand. Other than like the blanket statement of it's about bullying in Awajima. Like even that, I feel I'm not doing it justice for what it actually is. Like the essence of Awajima. So yeah, I think that's just it. Just really hard anime to get into. This is from Grasima. We all had wishes for Awajima. We wanted to be given hope. That's how we made the stage and how we stepped up onto it. Even laying bare the vile blood tainting its beauty, we wanted to be in the light. The stories, Emi, Okubo, Yuki, Onida, Katsuro, Ibuki, they're always with us in our daily lives. These stories aren't familiar to anyone. Those who get nothing but pity, those who get stones thrown at them, those aren't the kinds of people wanted to make. And I believe no one wants that. I want to believe. Oh, is that from insert from the book? Interesting. I'm crying peak. Damn, it's just like there's a lot of stuff here, but I don't think they really explain what's going on here. So the book got published and Tabata used the real names of said individuals involved in Ibuku's story to paint the picture of what was still and what really is like at Awajima. Pretty much. Going back to the Kawabe family and those raw feelings, hitting you like a mother trucker. Even if the son is staying quiet, you can feel his frustration and annoyance with painting his mom like a losing heroine type of character. That is going to be used as an example or ad infinitum for please don't bully, be a bad person type of sick. I mean, that's the thing though. That's the fucking thing that we can argue about. Is why didn't Emi Okubo speak up? Like, holy fuck. Like, bullying should never happen. And while it is gonna happen, and it's kind of inevitable, which is sad as fuck, there should be somewhere we could bounce it back to. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't just get idly bullied and then there's nothing you can do. No, if you're gonna get bullied, there are steps that should be taken to, like, let's say the bullying is gonna inevitably happen, but that also means that we should inevitably put safeguards once it happens. You know, like, I don't know, anything is better than nothing. And just saying, oh, just let it go, yeah, that's easier said than done. Not everyone is the fucking same. Not everyone's gonna experience bullying or take it as easy as everybody else. You know, stories like Emi Okubo's are very real, and while it, like, she was able to just move on and not speak about it, like, that's fine. That's how she coped. Others are not gonna cope like that. Others are gonna, you know, put themselves down, fall into depression, yada yada yada. And that goes to say that bullying isn't just black and white either. You know, bullying can be a range of things, physically, mentally, everything, spiritually. Bullying in of itself is just, It's just something that is very, very hard to deal with, no matter what the level is, right? So yeah, I think it's just bullshit that, oh, you want to use my mom to like make her seem like a victim. No, it's not that. It's just the interpretation. Everyone's gonna interpret different, but it needs to be said. It needs to be heard. You know, people, they need to know what's going on. So here we go. But hurts you as deep as we, the viewers, saw firsthand what really happened during Emmy Ukbul's days, and what her family might or might not have known about her. Ending on a bus scene where Emmy starts crying from regrets, but then pulls herself back up and moves on with life. From Onoda's hospital visit she did, and we come in full circle with the vicious cycle of Awajima. Maybe now those two and even Ibuki can rest in peace. After the Awajima troop farms all the money out of their true life story, it's all about those feelings and the cash bills. Bro, like, who gives a shit if they make money? People just need to know. You know, yeah, people are gonna farm your despair, but there's gonna be people who are not gonna farm it. They're gonna read it. They're gonna be like, shit, we gotta do something about it. It's not, information is very powerful, and people can use it however they want. And it's like, we can't control that outcome, but that's not a reason to not put it out there. Okay, so Intergalactic 10 out of 10 on this one. Best of the seasonal shows, second best drama past years or so. I hope top 10 Mad Mouse Hood Classics, what the fuck, certified platinum show from these fuckers, and proof that they still got it. Now make Chihiro season 4 your mother. Okay, haven't seen that. So let's see, from this guy, the story was hard to understand sometimes. No, I mean, I think everyone can actually start out like that. I feel like anyone just posts out, they should just be a default, right? Oh, we just don't understand, but here's what we got. But she is still really beautiful. I love the fact that this was a little story, was joined together at the end, like an ultimate last episode for the perfect goodbye for Awajima's past. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna have a season 2. Yeah, so this is like a good wrap up. So here's from Pangea. Oh, you believe in Pangea? We get to see all the characters we met along the way to the series. Some episodes are a bit weird, but overall, the entire series was brilliant. I love the concept of the series being exploring generations of a top school. Loved it. I guess this is a complete adaptation of the manga too. Considering they played the opening at the end and the length of the manga, thank you, Takako Sensei. But yeah, guys, ultimately I did give it a 7 out of 10. My biggest reason is, even though like the characters were great, a lot of great characters, the OST, the OP, the ED, all this, the brilliance, I mean the cinematic, everything, it was just so nice. But my biggest fucking thing was that I just didn't understand any of it. You know, it's like reading a book really fast and saying you enjoyed it, when in reality you only understood like a little bit of the book. It's like, what's the fucking point? So yeah, if you're into very high-paced animes, you have a very good head on your shoulders, and even if you don't, you want to give this a shot, I say you're gonna be in for a hell of a ride, a hell of a fucking roller coaster. I can't say I felt anything towards the end. Like, I couldn't get into it all the way. I couldn't put myself in their shoes. Because, like I said, very complicated backstories. There's too many characters. Once you fall in love with one character, it's like they move on to another one, and then to another one, and to another one, and then they move on to, like, and then they try to bring it all together. It's like, brah. So overall, for me, I'm going to have to agree with the totality of the score on Myanimelist. Strong 7 out of 10. Go ahead and watch it. I dare you to even try to understand it.